Welcome everybody to the Kim Barrett Show. I am your host, Kim Barrett, and on today's episode, that's right, you've got the audio-only version rocking out with me, Mr. Kim Barrett, here to help you guys with your marketing and your business and help you guys take both of those to the next level. Now, last week we spoke about niche, and I really want to delve into our NOC method. So this next episode that you're going to listen to today is going to be all about getting an offer right. But before I do, if we can ever help you to really improve your marketing, improve your business, I highly encourage you to check out a case study that we filmed for you. All you need to do is head over to www.marketingmogul.com.au. All the details are there, and of course, if we can help you, please go check that out. Before you do, make sure that you listen to this episode because everything I want to cover here is all around offers. Now, that is the second part. NOC method stands for niche, offer, and then copy. And copy is what we'll cover soon. But the offer is really the most important part. Now, what I mean by that is not necessarily what you're selling. It's not necessarily the product or program, but it's the offer you're putting to the marketplace to convince them to take the first step. And this is what a lot of people get wrong. They focus so much time on their product or service offering rather than what's the offer you're making to the marketplace to help and entice and encourage them to want to do work with you. And that's what we really want to hone in on. As marketers, as business people, that's what's most important. It's not all about, oh yes, I have this program that's $997 or $998 or $999, whatever you want to sell it for, or $5,000 or $10. It's like, hey, what are the logical steps in this process? So let's just say you have an ad that's on Facebook, then people go to a landing page, then they book in for a call or they watch a webinar and then they go through your sales process, right? Whether that's online or offline. There's a few steps there, but each step only sells the next, right? You're not running an ad on Facebook like, hey, buy my $60 million super yacht. It's like, no. You're reverse engineering and starting from the beginning because the Facebook ad has only one job. Right? The ad itself has one job, which is to get people to read. Then the copy that you put into the ad has one job, which is to get people to click, right, to the landing page. The landing page has one job, which is to get them to convert, capture the lead. Then from there, you have one job, which is either to sell and entice someone to take up your offering, whether that be online or offline. That's the process for someone who's in a service-based business, a lead generation perspective. That's the steps, and each step sells the next. You're not selling, hey, jump on a sales call with me at the very beginning from a lead magnet perspective. It's like, hey, I have something for you. Here is my download. Here is my webinar. Here is my something. But you have to convey people to want to take action. Now, the only way to do that, and we'll dive into this much more in the copy section, is you need to know what it is that people want. Like I rambled on about this on the niche podcast that we did last week. So if you haven't listened to that yet, go back and listen to it. It is so important because if you don't get that right, if you don't stake out your audience, if you don't understand what their struggles are, what their fears are, their frustrations are, you can't articulate a way to overcome that. So your offer has to do that. They have to go, this is what I've been looking for. But they're not going to do that if you don't know what their fears and frustrations are. If you're just like, oh, here's a cool product, go buy it. So I'm great. And like, why would I want to buy it? Right? It makes absolutely no sense. So you need to be able to articulate, and this is where the positioning of what you do comes in. You can write a whole ad and it doesn't actually say what your product is, but it talks about how you help them get to their end outcome. I always like to, if you envision your ideal client standing on the top of a mountain, right? Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount Everest, whatever you want to call it, right? If they're standing on the top of the mountain, but to get there, they've got to start at the bottom. Now, when you're going to climb a mountain, right, they don't sell you on the fact that it's going to be long, arduous, you're going to get frostbite, you're probably going to fall down, you're going to lose oxygen, your nose is going to be frozen, you'll probably lose a toe to gangrene, all these things. That's not sexy. No one wants to know about all those negative things that are going to happen to them. What they want to know about is how great the feeling is going to be at the top of Mount Everest. Now, yes, along the way, you're going to need a Sherpa, you're going to need a pickaxe, you're going to need the right shoes, you're going to need the right clothes, you're going to need to train your body at high altitudes, you're going to need to eat right, all those things. But that's not a selling point to someone, right? That is us myself included in the past, pushing and prodding our product features. Oh, it does this, it does that, it does this, it does that, in the way whilst we're trying to help them ascend to the top of the mountain, right? Because they're at the bottom of the mountain unhappy. We want them to get to the top of the mountain super happy, dancing and planting their flag. And they want to get there as fast as possible, because unless there's some extremist like David Goggins or something like that and they want to put themselves through that pain, if they could click their fingers and magically pop up to the top of the mountain without having to do all that arduous work, they would. If someone could lose 20 kilos by taking a pill, if someone could grow their business just by watching a webinar and dramatically and drastically make $1 million the next day, they would all do that, right? Much rather than buy any of our programs or products, much rather than go to the gym, than train for Mount Everest, than, learn how to actually identify your niche, your offer, and your copy. Rather than do all of that, take the pill, press the button, click the button, and away that it goes. Like, that's all that they want to do. So every time we push and prod our product features in front of them, we're actually slowing them. We're taking them off the chosen path. All we need to do is go, hey, we're going to get you from the bottom of the mountain to the top of the mountain in as fast and comfortable way as possible. That's what we're talking about when we're offering something out there on Facebook. And that's why if you know your niche, you can be real specific with it, because it's like, hey, I do this for this person. This is the outcome you're going to achieve, and this is how I'm going to get you there. That's all good. That's great. Like, that is what we want people to do, ideally, right? We just want to help you get there without any fierce frustrations. Then, once they start understanding what's going to be involved, then we can show them all the steps and processes to get there. But first, we've got to sell them on the destination. Another analogy I love to use is, like, if I'm going to Hawaii, don't sell me on the tight seat that I'm going to have and the crying baby on the airplane and my luggage is going to get lost at LAX and all this other sort of stuff. Sell me on, I'm going to be drinking from coconuts with ladies in hula skirts, and I'm going to get wreath laid around my neck and people are going to do the hula dance and I'm going to be able to enjoy Hawaii. That's what you sell me on. That's how you make the sale, not on all the trials and tribulations of getting there and the 17-hour flight from Perth, Australia. No. The destination. So whenever it comes to what your product is, you need to make sure that you're selling that end destination in that initial offer on Facebook. That's what's most important. That's what's going to work. That's what's going to help you get results, rather than being like, oh, here's the 65 million steps that we use to get you there. So no, here's what we've got. And then in the next episode, next week, you'll be able to find out exactly how we articulate that and how we actually structure that into succinct copy, which then will entice them to take action for you. And to get all three lined up, the N, the O, and the C, then what you'll find is that it becomes much, much easier to advertise. Much simpler, much easier, much more effective and efficient. Right? So that's all you need to do. So you're going to tune in next week to hear the last part of the NOC series, if you will, and be able to run through some really cool stuff. I might even, who knows, be able to twist my copywriter's arm to jump on and rock out a podcast with me. But guys, if you know anyone that's struggled crafting an offer for their business, if you know anyone that's been trying to advertise online on Facebook and they're not quite getting it, make sure you share this episode with them, share it around, and also, leave us a review and let us know what you thought of it, how we can improve it, any other ideas you guys want to hear about, any other content information that we can give you value for. Please just let us know. Leave a cheeky review and update us, and of course make sure that you're subscribed as well, so that you can hear these episodes before anyone else. You'll get notified twice a week when we drop our new episodes, and of course, as I said, would love to hear your feedback and reviews. And as always, if we can help you out, head over to www.marketingmogul.com.au. If we can help you, there's a case study there about how we help our clients, some tangible takeaways and key impact points that would really benefit you all. So make sure you go and check it out. But until next week, I'm Kim. Y'all have been awesome. Adios.